go. We're ready. Let's get it. Get it going. Let's do it. I got being crazy again. Okay, try this again. Hello and welcome. In today's video, hello and welcome. In today's video, we are going to be doing the eyeshadow palette wardrobe tag, started by somebody that I've been following for a while that I love, Morgan Turner, and she collabed with Charlotte Holdcroft, which is somebody that I'm not familiar with. Apparently she's a UK beauty influencer. So check both of them out. If you are really into high-end makeup, you will definitely want to check out Morgan Turner. She is actually a makeup artist. She's so cute and precious and sweet, and I love her information. She's very informative about her eyeshadow palette. She's kind of like me, loves eyeshadow palettes, but she does high-end eyeshadow palettes. So if you're into high-end makeup, definitely check her out, and I think you'll enjoy her content. Now, again, the other lady I'm not really familiar with. She's from the UK. Seems kind of cute. I did check out her channel, but I would check both of those ladies out, and I'm just going to do my version of their tag. So if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. If you enjoy my content, get any value out of this, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, like it. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you're not already subscribed. Turn on all notifications so that you're alerted when I upload my content, which is on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 9 a.m. And we're gonna go ahead and get started with the eyeshadow palette wardrobe tag. All right, so with the tag, again, it's all about eyeshadows, and you know I love eyeshadow palettes, so I was definitely excited to do this tag. The first one is the wedding palette or guest palette, so depending on in a wedding or a guest of a wedding. What I chose for that one is a very popular one, which is Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam. Now this is the one that Morgan Turner had chosen, but honestly, I mean, just for the same reasons, I mean, it's a beautiful mix of your neutral shadows there, more of a warm tone, but those shadows, the colors are perfect for a bride, and again, just glam enough but neutral enough for a guest. Some of these shades here, you have this rose pink that is this beautiful color. Sorry, it's a little chunky there. But yeah, I mean, some of those tones are just beautiful. That was rose pink, and they're just so buttery. That is glistening. Just to show you a few of those shadows, that is my kind of shadow. It's just creamy and smooth. Love it. So definitely check this out if you don't already have it. All right, so the second one, it would be your date night palette. Now for me, I would choose Sydney Grace Enduring Love. Now everybody knows I love Sydney Grace, one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. That is again what the palette looks like, which is gorgeous. Some of those pink tones down there would be beautiful to wear, you know, a date night with hubby, significant other, anything like that. And these shimmers, I'm telling you, there is no shimmer that I have discovered like Sydney Grace. And I have probably 50 plus of her single shadows, maybe even more, I don't know. Lost count at this point, but the formula is just, there's no comparison. But look at those, just beautiful. All right, so I did put just a couple of swatches there. We have Albert, which is that kind of silver tone one there. We have John, which is that really pretty lighter shade there. And then I also did do Passion, which is that pinkish, like a shell pink color. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And that is actually one that Mandy Lee, which is another one of my favorite content creators, had chosen for her date night. And I totally agree. I mean, it just has, I mean, Enduring Love, it just has love and date all over it, written all over it. All right, so number 3 in the tag is Girls Night Out. Now, I like to get glammed up girls' night. Now, this isn't just your sit around your girlfriend's house kind of thing. This is like going out to the club, like I would have done, you know, maybe a decade or so ago, but we can still try to relive the past. But the palette that I chose for this one is Tati Beauty. Now, I know this is mixed reviews. Unfortunately, I don't wear it all that often, and yeah, I guess I kind of have mixed feelings about it too, as far as some of the formulas here. Like for me, I just don't understand this sequin. It's got a little bit of glitter there, but then you've got the metallic above it, which the metallic seems more of like a shimmer. It's not all that, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I just think this sequin row could have been eliminated, and I think you'd be fine. But I do have to say, I did wear this at my friend's wedding, and I did wear this out with my girlfriends one night, and these glitter shades, I don't wear a lot of glitter, but these ones I did enjoy wearing, I have to say. So, and just to swatch a couple of those, I'm really into like your gold tones and those kind of shades. So again, I'm just gonna do a little bit because I don't want glitter literally all over me. But if I were going to choose some shades, these are probably the shades, whoops, that I would choose. Oh, kind of dug in there. I think I realized how much I was digging in there. But yeah, just to show you a little bit, but those are the shades, and those are actually two of the glitter shades that are in, that was Ritual and Soothe in the glitter shades. But I honestly think that for a girls' night out, I think that screams girls' night. Look at that. Now again, they are glitter, so you will have to watch that. Just be really careful wearing those. I don't know how you feel about glitter. I don't wear glitter a whole lot, but again, for a special occasion, I would definitely be willing to wear glitter. So number 4 is a vacation palette. Now, there's gonna be a lot of variation in this one. I chose Sydney Grace Tiny Marvels, the collab with Mel Thompson, just because number 1, I love this palette. I think it's beautiful. It just screams summertime to me. It's neutral enough for me, but it has some lighter tones, lighter shades in there. The colorful, kind of that lilac purple there. You know, you get your green, minty green kind of there. I got a pink. I mean, to me, it's colorful enough, but subtle enough. And that's just my style. And again, Sydney Grace, I mean, her metallics are just out of this world. Her mattes are highly pigmented, easy to work with, blendable. They're just unbelievable. I love her formula. And here, just to show you a couple, which I know I've already swatched these before, but we have Fire Butts. It's this top one, Scarab, I guess, which is that duochrome, which is just, oh, beautiful. We have a gold in here, BB. Sorry, I'm just swatching a lot of these because I just love Sydney Grace that much. You have Meadowhawk. Ugh. You have Marvel. See? Oh my gosh, I just love this. And just to show you a couple of the mattes again. Now, I tried the green, really not necessarily my style, but that's okay. But again, I'm gonna go more for a neutral color story anyways, so it has enough neutrals in here, enough color, depending on what you want to do, but that would definitely be my choice for a vacation palette. All right, so number 5 in the tag is a graduation palette. Now, I graduated 20 years ago from college. Hard to believe, yep, December will be my 20th anniversary of bachelor's degree, so crazy to believe. And my son did just graduate a few years ago, but he opted not to go. He's not very social, and he just really didn't want to go to this actual graduation ceremony, so I didn't really get to experience this. But I do have 2 daughters that'll be graduating in the next few years, so maybe then I'll finally be able to actually use a palette for graduation. But if I was going to go to a graduation or be in a graduation, for me, it was hard to narrow it down. I actually had 2, but I would probably pick the Persona Identity. I just love this palette. I love Persona, and I know I've showcased this, and I'll link a couple of the videos that I've done some of these palettes in that will have some more swatches, just a little bit more information, but I love this. The color story, it's got a little bit cooler tone, but also some neutral and warmer tones, so it's a nice variation. So depending on what you're wearing to graduation, you could definitely make this work. So I'm just going to show you a couple swatches there, but those mattes, I mean, they just blend like a dream. They're gorgeous. And then some of the shimmer and metallic shades. Now this is a little bit lighter formula as far as like it's nice and smooth, which is perfect. Again, I do have more mature hooded eyes. I do have some wrinkles, fine lines. These are just so smooth, buttery, and just blend just perfectly. Oh yeah, the shades I put on there, I did do Gold Digger, Seductive, yeah, Gold Digger, Seductive, and I did Bombshell. Yeah, oh, the shades, love them. Love this palette. Now, a very close second, I'm sorry, I just couldn't leave this out. Supreme Nudes, Artist Couture. You know I love this palette. Oh, you know I love it. Now again, this is a little bit more warm tone, so again, you'll be a little bit more limited depending on what you're wearing, what style outfit you're wearing, but again, just want to show you, oh, again, just beautiful. Love this palette. Worn it so many times. There's a couple of the mattes there at the bottom. And just again, show you some of the metallics. And these are a little bit more chunky than the Persona Identity palette, but still gorgeous nonetheless. Yeah, so there's a couple swatches there. But those metallics are just beautiful. So that would be definitely a second, the Supreme Nudes. So number 6 is Christmas palette. So Christmas Day palette, what would I wear? Now, again, I'm very neutral. I just can't help it, that's my thing. But what I chose is colored Raine. This is the Queen of Hearts palette. I've showcased this, done some swatches. But this palette to me, I just love, I think those red, maybe a little bit burgundy, crimson colors there would be beautiful for Christmas. Now again, I'm a mom. My Christmases are spent watching the kids unwrap presents. It's usually, you know, kids waking you up early in the morning, trying to get everything together. So honestly, I'm usually just in cozy pajamas and hair up in a mess and don't even have makeup on Christmas Day. But if I were going to, or if I did like a Christmas Eve dinner party, that kind of thing the night before, then this is definitely the palette I would use. Now I've worn this before. It's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, let me just show you again. I gotta show you some of these swatches. I just can't not swatch some of these. Now this is that little bit more, this is kind of a purplish, but oh, so pretty. Those colors are so pretty. And again, I just love these. Like this is that crimson color I was talking about, but oh, it's gorgeous. And again, it's a Black-owned makeup brand, so gotta show Black-owned makeup some love. If you haven't picked up this palette, I don't know what you're doing, because I've talked about it multiple times. But again, there's some of the metallics. Oh, just beautiful. But yeah, you can't go wrong with this palette. Love it, love it, love it. Now, if you want something a little bit simpler, again, this is another indie brand, Kaeidos, and I've shown this one too as well, the Cyber Bronze palette. But again, this red, that crimson color in there would be beautiful for Christmas. Now again, just to kind of show it against that other one. Now this one definitely a little bit more red, whereas that other one has a little bit more of a pink undertone. But oh, to me, this is gorgeous. And these mattes are just gorgeous. Love them. But yeah. There's that. Beautiful. Highly recommend. Definitely check out your indie brands, Black-owned makeup brands. Show them some love. Both of those palettes would be beautiful for Christmas. Thank you, Patrick Starr. You're coming in very handy. Whew, yeah. Arm's gonna be glistening, y'all. Glistening. All right, so number 7 is birthday party palette. Now, my kids are a little bit older, so I mean, depending on, a lot of times you think birthday, you think of small kids, small children, splashing around, pushing each other around, yelling, screaming, you know, lots of fun. But I'm gonna go more on the adult end. So for me, for a birthday palette, I chose Natasha Denona, the Star palette. Reason I chose this one is I just love the color choices you have in there. Again, you can go a little bit more neutral if it's just a daytime kind of party, birthday party, but if you're going out with your girls for a party, or you know what I mean, a more adult party, you can also glam it up. And I just love Natasha Denona's formula. I just love the way she does eyeshadows. So I'm just going to show you a couple colors here just to give you an idea. I just love that this has some variations, so depending on what you're wearing, you can just go, like I said, very neutral, or you can definitely spruce it up and get a more going out kind of look if you want. But again, I like that this has some pinks and almost purple kind of colors in there. Just so pretty. Oh, and then let me just swatch a couple of these metallics. Now that's more of a topper shade, but yeah, oh, just so pretty. I just love her color stories and her formulas. But yeah, that is what I would choose for a birthday palette, just again, because you do have some variety there and formula. You can go from daytime to glam in just minutes. So that's what I would choose. So number 8 is your office palette. For me, again, a little hard to narrow down. I really tried to just choose one, but it's so hard. When you have 200 some palettes, it's really hard to just narrow down to a couple, you know? So I would have to say probably my number 1, which I've mentioned before, is the Colourpop Glowing Coconuts palette. Now, again, trying not to blind you there, but I think for just the value and the formula itself, you just can't go wrong with this palette. It's simple. Again, at work, you want to keep it pretty simple, kind of neutral for the office. I don't work in an office, but I do work in a hospital, so it is definitely a good idea to stay kind of neutral there. But I just think the formula in these, you can, you know, get a couple of different eye looks, but it's still very simple, you know, because nobody wants to fuss around worrying about what they're going to wear for makeup when they're going to work. You know, you want an easy, no fuss, quick makeup look. So I think with this you get a little variety, but yet it's simple and professional enough to be able to wear every day. But yes, I just love this palette. I think it's gorgeous. I highly recommend, if you don't have the Glowing Coconuts already, to pick it up. You can, because I think it's well worth it. Now the honorable mention that I did put here is Natasha Denona. I picked the Mini Nude palette. Reason I picked this, again, very just simple. If you're looking for that one and done, don't want to think about it, throw on something and go, I think this is a great choice. Now I'm going to try to find room here if I can with that you can still see. I guess I'll go down here. But yeah, I think these, I mean, again, Natasha Denona, her formula is just, oh, just love it. This is one of her better mini palettes. Now her full-size palettes are just gorgeous and great quality. Some of her mini ones have been a little hit or miss, but this one is definitely one of the safe minis. Yeah, a little color on my elbow. Never hurt anybody. But yeah, so those last 5 are the Natasha Denona mini, and that's the mini nude. So that would definitely be my runner up for your everyday office work palette. All right, so number 9 is your everyday on the go eyeshadow palette. Now for me, I chose E.L.F. This is the Nude Classics. That's what the palette looks like. Again, I've shown this in another video, maybe a couple of videos by this point. I think it's a great palette for the price. For your everyday, you have a little bit of variety. You don't have to think too much about it. But again, it has a little bit of your more summertime shades. You can transition right into fall with this palette, I think. I think it's all year round, great everyday palette. Again, you have some cool tones, neutral tones, warm tones, nice variety. Again, it's a little bit more subtle if you're just out going to the store, don't want anything too glam to deal with on the regular. I think it's a great palette. I'm just gonna swatch a couple of these colors. Now again, it's not Natasha Denona or Sydney Grace, like I always say, you know, those are my 2 of my favorites, but I think for the price and quality, for what you're getting, for what you're paying for, I think it's well worth. And I would recommend, like I said, just your everyday, no fuss kind of eyeshadow palette. It's perfect. I'm just trying to get a couple of these shades on here that you could see. There it is. Just a nice, simple, everyday palette. So E.L.F, the Nude Classics, is definitely what I would choose. All right, so our last palette is New Year's palette. Now, for this one, I actually, other than swatching it, I might have tried to wear it one time, but again, it's just so specific, I don't wear it very often. It's a Colourpop. This is the Blowing Smoke. I think it used to be called Smoke Show, and then they changed it. Must have been some kind of patent, some kind of legal thing that they had to change it, but it's now called Blowin' Smoke. But to me, that just totally says New Year's. Your silvers, gray, black, you know, sparkly. So again, I think this would be perfect if you're going out for New Year's. It'd be a perfect palette for that. Again, it's very specific, so I don't know how much use you get out of it otherwise. But again, if you're looking for just specifically one use kind of palette, then you can't go wrong. And it has a black in here, so you can definitely smoke it out. But yeah, there's just a few of the shadows from it, but I would definitely recommend that. Now again, it was hard to narrow this down, but the Tati I think is a really good one too for New Year's. Again, with those sparkly glitter shades, you can't go wrong with that. But to me, I would probably say the Blowin' Smoke is definitely a very specific New Year's palette. So that is what I would choose. All right guys, that's what I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed seeing my version of the eyeshadow wardrobe tag. I really enjoy these kind of tags. I love eyeshadow palettes, so it's always a chance for me to showcase some of the palettes that I have and that I love and that I would wear. So if you have your own version, I'd love to see what you would choose for your tag. And if you have a channel and want to continue this tag and do your version, definitely would love to see what you choose. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed this content. Make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, all notifications, so that you don't miss any of my content. I do upload my videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Otherwise, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you again soon. Bye. Get it together, girl, get it together. I'm a hot mess, I'm glittery, got makeup all over me. Oh my, glad I took the picture before. Put on here, I did put John, which is that silvery kind of taupey color there. I'm sorry, that's Albert. I always get this backwards. You know, maybe then I'll finally be able to use these and that, you know, be able to see what am I trying to say?